If you notice that my MO is I upload in pairs, I uploaded Alpha and Omega yesterday, and now this, a review of Easy A, which I just saw, and I didn't quite know what to expect from this movie. I heard a lot of people comparing it to like John Hughes movies and all the old cool teen comedies like The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller, and all that stuff. In fact, the movie does actually show clips from all these movies to make its point, which I think that scene alone does kind of I think that scene does kind of derail this movie from being a good teen classic, because it's already saying, hey, look, here are other teen classics, we're going to try to be like that. And even there's one scene where they, on purpose, like, a couple scenes, actually, where they make, on purpose, mock teen comedies and try to be like that. But, this was a fun, enjoyable movie, and it was pretty funny. It was a good teen comedy, but it's sort of more like, it's a lot like if you've ever seen Adventureland, a lot like that. Kind of like, whereas Adventureland was like almost all teen drama and very little comedy. This is like a mix of teen drama and teen comedy, and it does a good job at that. And I really liked Emma Stone in this movie. Emma Stone was a very, very good lead in this movie, and a lot of people are comparing her to Molly Ringwald, and I wouldn't totally say that, but she is very good, very convincing, and very easy to sympathize with. And I was also a little surprised at this movie. This movie is a pretty risky move, because it's basically all about sex, and I was shocked at the PG-13. There's a lot of nasty stuff in this. Especially shocked, like, people like Amanda Bynes and Alison Mashaka, who are people I've known since I was, like, 8. And in this movie, they're, like, cussing left and right, and talking about sex, and slutting up, and whores and everything, and it was refreshing yet shocking, if that makes any sense. But this is a crowd pleaser. This movie, I had a good time watching it, and it is a good teen comedy, although it does get a little heavy-handed towards the end, as do a lot of movies. It's not like Click, where it's like so bad that you just break down and can't watch a movie anymore. No, it's not like that at all, but I did find there's one scene toward the end where Emma Stone's character, like, suddenly switches her perspective that I thought was a little forced, and you didn't really get a lot of motivation for that, but aside from that, this was a very good movie. It was very entertaining, and did it live up to the hype that I set up for it with my movie Spotlight? I don't know, because this movie was not like what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting at all. And it was a lot of different things in one. It's like, it is a lot like a John Hughes movie, and it's a lot like some other teen, like, more heavy-handed teen dramas, like, as I said, Adventureland. I think that's the movie I'd probably compare this to the most. I think it's probably like Adventureland meets, like, 16 Candles or something. And Adventureland plus 16 Candles equals Easy A. That's the movie equation for today. There, you learned something. Speaking of learning something, I found it interesting to compare this movie to The Scarlet Letter, because I've actually read The Scarlet Letter. I had to study it at school. They also mentioned Huckleberry Finn, which I also had to read at school. And when I said read, I mean read the Cliff Notes and then do all the tests. But neither here nor there. I think you should see Easy A, but it's not one I take the kids to. My little sister, who's like 13, wanted to see this movie, and after seeing it, I can safely say that it's a tad too risque for younger ones. But if you're ages, I don't know, 16, 19, you'll probably like this movie. And it's a good high school movie, because it's all about, like, how rumors can, like, change, affect your life, and how your reputation in high school is pretty much hanging by a thread. And it is a good high school movie. I'd probably give this movie maybe 3.5 out of 5 stars, because it did what it was trying to do. It did well, and it was a fun movie. It had some good jokes and a very great lead character. I mean, Emma Stone was fantastic in this movie, and I think it's not so. It's not one of those movies where you're like, oh man, I really wish I never saw that. It's just you'll be happy you saw it, and you'll have fun, and that's why we go to the movies. Frenzy 227 is out.